All right, so people often think it's super intimidating to figure out who owns an apartment complex. Maybe it's an LLC, or maybe it's just an apartment complex that you're looking to purchase. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to find the owner of an apartment complex. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a live demo. I'm gonna find an apartment complex on Zillow and we're gonna go through it together. There's multiple ways you can look up. You can use BeenVerified or you can use batch leads. I'm gonna give you that exact link to use batch leads. That's an affiliate link that you can actually get some free searches as well. But the BeenVerified is gonna allow me to kind of do a demo with you and show you. BeenVerified is also a very cheap way to look up apartment owners. You can try it for a little while and always cancel later. I found Zillow.com. I'm gonna go to Colorado Springs, Colorado. And we're gonna find some multifamily in that area. Colorado Springs, Colorado. And then I want to look only at multifamily. So I'm gonna click the more button now that I'm in Colorado Springs. And I wanna go to home type actually, not more. I'm gonna deselect all and I'm only gonna select multifamily and I'm gonna click done. Let's just find the first multifamily home for sale, something that looks like a bunch of units, and see if we can call on one of these. So let's see, multi-family home for sale. Let's see, $700,000 on Iowa, 123 Colorado Springs. It looks like it's a 3-unit. Let's read it a little bit. Great investment property, schools, parks, new boiler. And let's just make sure it's actually a multi-family. Property sold as is. I'd like to know how many units it is. They've really done a terrible job talking about this to make sure. 5 parking spots. I would assume 1125 Iowa Avenue, number 1, 2, and 3 means it's a triplex. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually see if we can look up the owner for this. We'll just look up number 1 and then put in Colorado Springs, Colorado 80909. Let's do a property search on BeenVerified. I'm going to drop it in there. I'm going to type in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Sometimes it's better if you just copy and paste it. So Control C, Control V. Sometimes less is more. There we go, 1125 Iowa Avenue. Sometimes less is absolutely more when looking at these. So let's wait for this to gather. And we're gonna see if an LLC owns this or it's a personal, like individual person. Now, if it's an LLC, oftentimes you're gonna have to take some extra steps like going to the Colorado Secretary of State and going and seeing who the actual registered agent is for this LLC. All right, 1125 Iowa. Looks like it's constructed in 1925, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It looks like it's a non-conforming multifamily. Looks like something somebody like actually basically rehabbed or turned into 3 units, but that's fine. Jenny Stroud or Benjamin Stroud, one of these two. And then looks like Benjamin and Jenny bought it for $549 in March of 2020. Now they're selling it for $700,000. So let's just see if we can view the person report. And another way to verify that this is accurate, you can go to the Colorado Assessor site. I'm going to go to the Colorado Springs Assessor site. So I'm going to Google that. I'm actually going to call it the property appraiser. And then I want to go to the property search right here. And I'm going to drop in that address. Let's see. All right, let's get rid of some of this. Let's just do 1125 Iowa. See if that pops up. Yes, it does. All right, we're going to verify. We're going to see if we can see a middle name for Mr. Benjamin Scott Stroud. All right, looks like the same property in the picture compared to Zillow. Yep, same property. Doesn't look like he's done much to it. And Benjamin S. Stroud and Jenny C. Stroud. That tells you right there, we have the right people right here. Benjamin Scott Stroud, we want to see his report. And this is how you find the owner of a multifamily when it's in their personal name. This just shows me right here that this seller is not a professional landlord. He's buying multifamily in his personal name. I mean, it's not really, I wouldn't say a true multifamily because it looks like it might have been a legal renovation to turn it into a multifamily, but it looks like they're listing it as a multifamily on Zillow. So for this example, we'll figure out how to get Scott's information. There's his phone number. There's his email, 5 relatives. And let's just see if this address matches up. 9428 Stone Glen. Let's see if that matches up. And there we go. That's how we know we have the right person. because this address 9428 is matching up to 9428 Stone Glen. All right, so that one was super easy because it was actually in an owner's name. Let me give you another example. If it's in an LLC name or a corporation, that takes a little bit more digging usually. And I'm gonna give you a free gift at the end of this, but that's by going to batchleads.io/TLS, as in the land sharks. They are going to actually do all this for you. If you use that service, they'll take care of all this for you. And oftentimes, like, it just makes it a lot faster if you've got multiple to do. But if you're doing like one-offs, I recommend, going to BeenVerified. That's super simple. But if you're doing lots of them, then I highly recommend using batchleads.io/TLS. It's on the screen. You can use that. You can get a lot of searches for free as well. So this example, I'm just showing you the one-on-one demo just to basically show you kind of the ins and outs of what Batch Leads does for you. All right, so I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna show you another example on Zillow. I'm gonna look up an apartment complex that I know about that's actually being renovated right now, and I'm gonna see if we can do a little digging and see if we can find the owners for it. So I'm gonna go to get out of here, and I'm gonna drop an address, 2413 East St. Vrain. Let's see, 540 square feet. Okay, so this is one of the renovated units. So let's see if we can find the owner of this unit. So let's go to Control-C, and then we're gonna go to El Paso County and drop this right into the El Paso County Assessor's website. Let's see if we can search it that way. Nope, that's too much. So we need to get rid of the -102. Looks like it's one of the units actually. Keep just getting rid of stuff. Maybe they have it as East St. Oh, there it is right there. You just got to kind of mess around with things. Less is more sometimes, and we found. All right, this is the county assessor site. So let's see what name this property is in. I believe it's an LLC. This is giving you an example of what happens when a property is in an LLC. There you go, Apartment Reno LLC. You can do a couple things. You can do a quick Google search maybe, and Control-V, and then put Colorado Springs and see what pops up for their mailing address. Or Apartment Reno Open Corporation. It shows you right there, apartments.com. Doesn't look like they have a Google My Business. So what you're gonna wanna do is go to the Colorado Secretary of State. And you can do this pretty much for any state. So Google Colorado Secretary of State right there, SOS business search. And what we wanna do is search for a business, search business database, Control-V, drop it right in there, and search. So what we want to do is look up Apartment Reno LLC and see what their actual mailing address is. All right, you got 4297 of Austin Bluffs, and then you also had a different one over here. I noticed 445 East Cheyenne Mountain Boulevard. So that's not matching up, but let's see what comes up for this one. So let's just do this one first. 4297. So we got Colin Smith as the registered agent with a street address of 4297. Let's just do one more search. See the filing history and documents. Looks like they did a periodic report. Let's see what the document says. Apartment Reno. And then there's a name right there. Probably all know, Brent Bowers. Brent Bowers. Brent Bowers. All right, so as you know, the cat's now out of the bag. I'm also an owner of this apartment complex, but also so is Colin Smith. So let's just see if we can look up a couple addresses for Brent Bowers. Now I'm gonna get some phone calls from some people probably. Let's just try one more time. Search. I'm not gonna tell you how old I am. All right, let's see if we can just view this guy. All right. So right here is how you find the information. So we got 561-350. This is the best phone number match. So this is the first one I would call to see, hey, Mr. Bowers, are you the owner of Apartment Reno? Do you have a property located at 2413 East St. Vrain? Would you be interested in selling that apartment complex? So that is how you find the actual owner of an LLC that owns an apartment complex. So hopefully that digging helped you a little bit. You can actually also go to batchleads.io/TLS to help you look up these as well on more of a batch service. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that's giving you plenty of insight on that. It's totally possible to find apartment complex owners. All right, so it's really cool knowing that you can pretty much look up anybody in the world wherever you want to figure out where they're at. So I hope you subscribe to my channel and also like this video, because I actually just showed you some crazy ninja tricks. If I would have known this in the very beginning, I probably could have bought a lot more apartment complexes way sooner. And like I told you, it also just helped me on the way to filming this find somebody as far as the property I was actually interested in purchasing for a very long time. I've been trying to find this guy on Facebook for a while. I've been trying to get his phone number, and I finally looked him up on BeenVerified.